If you want to become bulletproof against anyone's form of hatred towards you, anyone's lousy opinions of you, this video is for you. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Molly and I'm on a self-development journey to help you become the best version of yourself, to basically tolerate no BS from people, live in your authenticity and just level up. Today's video is actually inspired by some recent thoughts I've been having about hate comments and about people just saying weird to you just unprovoked, and it really got me inspired and it really got me thinking, because I thought, wow, I have come so far in this realm and I do genuinely feel very qualified to give advice on this. Now my frontal lobe has developed, now I'm matured, now I know how to handle these forms of criticism. So before we get into the video, I want to say there's a big difference between criticism and hate comments. Criticism is constructive. Criticism is helping you to grow by offering you advice on where you can improve. Hate comments is people just coming at you for no reason, saying things about your appearance, saying things about the way you talk or the way you act or the way you dress. That is hate comments. That is people trying to bring you down because they are insecure in themselves. Now, I recently received a comment on one of my videos saying, "You have a huge forehead." That was it, right? I had to laugh at this. Now, old me would have been triggered as hell. She would have either replied back, or she would have not have posted ever again, because she would have just felt so bad about herself, and how could someone say that to her, and you know, because that was a very common insult for me at school, was you got a big forehead, you have a big forehead. And I feel like this is such a common insult people get thrown at, and it's so weird because it's like a head. Do you know what I mean? It's literally a forehead. Same as with my sister, she's ginger and she gets bullied for being ginger. People come out for having ginger hair and stuff like this, and it's always an attack against your appearance. Why, you may ask? Why do people always come for your appearance before anything else? Because your appearance is the first thing people see. It's the first perception they have of you. When someone is insecure about their own self and the way they show up and their appearance and the way people perceive them, they will project that onto you. They will look at you, and instead of thinking a nice thing about you, they will think a bad thing about you, because it makes them feel better. It makes them feel more in power. You have to imagine, think of it from their perspective. You have been knocked down your whole entire life. You have been made to feel a type of way. People have insulted you. Maybe, for example, let's say someone's been insulted their whole life, saying they have a big forehead and they're this and they're that, and you know, people just basically bullying them. Then now at this point they feel like a loss of power. They don't feel in control of the way people perceive them. They don't feel in control either around their own thoughts and their own feelings. So what will they do? They will hide behind a screen and they will hide behind their insecurity to make you feel how they feel. So that now they are in control. Now they are in power. They are in control of making you feel bad, or at least trying to make you feel bad, to boost their own self-esteem. So just remember, if someone comments something about you, especially if you're on social media, it is a given that if you put yourself in the spotlight, if you put yourself on social media, if you are famous, you are going to have people hate on you because they are insecure about what they are doing. So just remember, it is never about you. It is always about them, and it's always about how they feel internally, which they try to project on you. Now, this actually reminds me of something my friend once said to me. So she came on our podcast, Being Grounded, and she said on the podcast, and it was the most life-changing thing I think I've heard. She said, if you aren't being hated on, you're doing something wrong. And I thought to myself, you know, some of the most successful people, some of the most famous people are the people who get the most hate. Why? Again, because it's an energy exchange. It's people giving you their energy. It's people feeding into your fame. It's people feeding into your success, because like I said, it boosts what you are doing. It makes you more talked about. And as an example, say someone comments on your post saying, "You're so ugly." Now someone else is going to reply to them saying, "How dare you say that?" Now it's going to be back and forth argument in the comment section. Your post has been boosted. Thank you. You know what I'm trying to say? Thank you. Like, you are helping my content out. And never ever take it personally, because like I said, people hide behind their screens. People hide behind their insecurities to make themselves feel better. It has never and never will be about you. It's always about them. I now want to talk about how you can actually deal with hate, because of course it is very easy to understand this. It's very easy to comprehend this and to think, yeah, you know, it's just them. But deep down it does dig at you, and deep down it could hurt you. I want to talk about how to actually make you an unbothered. I want to talk about how to make you so unbothered that you just could not give a Number one is you need to form a deep sense of self-love. When you love yourself so much internally and externally, you have spent so much time with yourself that you have literally fallen in love with yourself, as though you have fallen in love with a partner. No one's comments are ever going to affect you, because it's like them telling you something you are not. As an example, someone says to you, "You're ugly." Like, if you don't believe you're ugly, you're not ugly. You're not ugly. It's just going to go through one ear and out the other. And it's the most dumbest thing, because it's like someone telling you something that you are not, and it's laughable. It is so funny. Like, when you actually think some of the things things people tell you. And when you fall in love with yourself so much, the things they do try and tell you that you are gonna laugh because you think, what? Like, what? This is so funny. Like, who do they think they are? Like, I'm not that. And it becomes comical because you have fallen in love with yourself so much. And it even gets to the point as well where you fall in love with the way you have been created. I'm now at a point where I love the way I've been created. In comparison to other people, my forehead is bigger than theirs. In comparison to other people, my forehead is smaller than theirs. It's a forehead. That's literally all it is. And when you really simplify it like that and think it's literally just eyes, it's literally just a head, like, it's like, what kind of insult is that? And it's because you fall in love with the way you're created. I love the way I've been created. I love my face. I love my head. I would not ever want to be anybody else because I love the way that I look and I love what I have to offer. And I often hear as well people say too that, like, they are so much more than their appearance. Like, they are so much more than their appearance. They can offer and they bring to the table so much value. They can change people's lives. They can make someone's life better. They can start a business which is life-changing, or they can do anything they want. That is way more valuable than your appearance, respectfully. That is way more valuable than any appearance because it is your internal value. It's the legacy that you leave behind. When you die, no one's going to think, oh, yeah, her and her big forehead, are they? Like, no one's ever going to think that. They're always going to think, oh, Molly, wow, she was a lovely person and she did this and that, and wow, what a legacy. That's what people would think. They would never think her and her big forehead. So funny. I was even thinking about this, right? Here's another thing that I was thinking about. The famous influencer Amy Charlize. I have never seen so much hate towards that girl in my life. People making videos of her with her audio, things she said, making posts about her, commenting about her. She is getting more famous because of that. Like, these people think they are trying to tear her down. She is becoming more famous because of it. And so, like, what's the point in hating on somebody online? Like, what is the point of it? And you know why? It's because people are bored. People are so bored. They have nothing going for them in their life. They have no idea what the hell they're doing. They see someone else with way more success. They feel jealous. They feel insecure. They have not done the same. When I hear successful and wealthy people say about what they do and this is the lifestyle they live, there's no part of me that feels triggered. There's no part of me that feels like, how dare you do that, because I can't afford that. I can't afford Louboutins. I can't afford a Chanel bag. There's no part of me that ever thinks that. Do you know why? Because in my head, we're on the same level. In my head, I am at the same level as wealth as a millionaire. I'm at the same level of success as a multi-millionaire business owner. Only the insecure people see you and drag you down because they are jealous about what you are doing and they are insecure about what you're doing. And you know, as someone who was bullied in school, as someone who has had her fair share of shitty things said to her about her appearance or whatever it is. And you know, I remember being in school, right? And I said to my friend, okay, I'm going to draw a picture of you. And I drew her a really nice picture. And then I said, draw me. She drew me the fuggliest picture ever in an attempt to try and bring me down. She said, I drew the teeth like this, like splayed out, because that's how your teeth look. And I drew you like this because, you know, basically trying to tear me down. And in the moment, I was offended. And I've only recently been thinking about this again because of how damaging that can be to someone's self-esteem, right? When you have people paint you as being an ugly person, paint you as being something that's really unattractive, of course you are also going to grow up to subconsciously believe that. Of course you're going to grow up, and of course you're going to go through life subconsciously believing you are unattractive. A man's going to look at you and you're going to crave his male validation because you don't believe that you're attractive to men. So when one man does show you attention, you are going to fall to the ground. You are going to get on your knees for him. And it's things like this that damage your self-esteem. But like I said, the way in which you overcome this is through deep self-love. It's through spending time with yourself. It's through falling in love with your features. It's through falling in love with your appearance and knowing that that is just BS. That person's opinion on how I look is not how I feel about myself. Therefore, it is not valid. In my opinion, it's not valid because I don't feel that way about myself. So why should I let someone else's opinion of the way they think I look ever define my worth? Of course, I have days where I don't feel my best self. Of course, I have days where, you know, I don't feel the most attractive version of myself or the most beautiful version of myself, but I still know that I am beautiful. I still know that I'm attractive. I still know these things about myself. When someone comes to me and tries to say, oh, I think you're ugly. Like, it genuinely will wash over your head because you have got such a strong sense of self-belief. Think of it in the sense of someone's religion or someone's belief. If someone is very religious and they are so like, they believe in what they believe in so much that no one's opinion of it is ever going to deter their belief. No one's saying, I don't believe in your God, I believe in my God, is gonna shake their faith, because they have got such a strong sense of belief in it, because they have attached their worth to their belief. It's the exact same thing with yourself. When you attach your worth to your belief of yourself, no one telling you that they don't believe what you believe is ever gonna make a difference to you. So you can start falling in love with yourself by journaling, through solo dates, through spending quality time with yourself, through learning about yourself, even just standing in front of the mirror naked, even just saying affirmations and picking up positive things you like about yourself. Stand in the mirror and say, you know what, I really like my hair, I really like my eyes, I really like my forehead. If that's what you want to think, you know, I really like my face, I really like my lips, I really like this about me. And slowly you are going to start to fall in love with yourself so much until it becomes an unshakable self-love. And it's not even just about falling in love with your physical appearance, it's also about falling in love with your internal side, whilst also acknowledging you have got areas of improvement. You can fall in love with your internal state by knowing that I love the fact that I'm creative, I love the fact that I'm kind and empathetic and caring, and you can love that about yourself, whilst also acknowledging, look, you know what, as much as I love all that about myself, I know that I can still work on my discipline, or I can still work on trying to create more healthy habits, or I can still work on whatever it is that you deem best. It's about falling in love with that so much that you want to work on yourself. And again, like I said, no one's opinion is ever going to come for you. You know, when I was at school, I remember this one kid kept saying to me how I had a big forehead, literally unprovoked. So can you imagine the first time I ever spoke to this guy? I think I was introduced to him or something through someone I knew, and the first thing he said to me was, you've got a big forehead. No hello, no how are you, no nothing, just you've got a big forehead. At this point, I can't lie, I was getting quite cocky. I was being very cocky at this age of my life, because I was fed up, will keep trying to bring me down. And so I literally said to him, it's probably bigger than your dick, isn't it? Me now wouldn't even have reacted. Me now would have walked away. Me now wouldn't even have given it a thought in my mind. Me now wouldn't even have given it the energy of a reaction, because it doesn't deserve it. It doesn't deserve it. People just commenting on your appearance doesn't deserve a response. And it is hard. It is so hard. It's like fighting with your ego. It's like, because at the end of the day, of course, you want to stick up for yourself. Of course you do. It's human nature. Ego always says, how dare you say that? I'm not that. I'm not that. Even if you do subconsciously believe it, you're still always going to defend it because of ego. The best thing you can do for your self-respect is to walk away. Do not say anything, to not give them the energy that they are looking for, to not give them the reaction they're looking for, but to walk away. Because their insecurity they're trying to project on you, they're trying to get a reaction out because they now feel in power. The shitty thing about people's opinions of you in terms of their negative thoughts towards you about your appearance or whatever it is the fact that it does hurt. Is the fact that over time, when it is consistently said to you, when it is something that is repetitively told to you, it makes you feel bad. You will get to a point where you will have been fed up with always being dragged down by people who want you to be on their level, because they see you as the so attractive, they see you as someone so beautiful and killing it at life, that they want to drag you down to their level. It will get to a point where you won't even care for none of that. You don't want to be dragged down anymore. You want to be accentuated so high up. You want to be accentuated so high up to the point that will never drag you down because they can't even reach you. And the way you can do that is by feeling bad for them. I feel so sorry for the fact that people are so damn insecure that they try and drag me down. I feel so bad for the people who hate themselves so much that they go out of their way to give you their energy. I feel so bad for them. I feel so sorry for them, because what a sad fucking life. What a sad life to live, that you feel like you have to always give people your energy to make them feel bad so you feel in control. They are not in control of their own life. They're not in control of the way that they view themselves, so they have to make you feel bad to make them feel more in control. Nowadays, they have got such an unshakable confidence, such an unshakable self-love that like people people don't even try it. People don't even care. People don't even dare to like say things to my face because they just know my reaction would be to walk away. When you love yourself and you believe in yourself and you love every single part of you, people sense that. People sense it a mile off, and they're not even going to try it with you. They try it with the people they know they can try and drag down. They try it with the people they know are already insecure, because that's how they get their power. That's how they get their power crunch, is by trying it with people who they already know feel bad about themselves. They don't try it with people they know they can't do that to, because there's no power in it for them. It's also about working on your self-perception too. How do you perceive yourself? Work on how you perceive yourself. Write down a list of how you think about yourself. Do you think you're ugly? Do you think that you've got a big forehead, or do you think that do you think you've got like an ugly face? Like, what do you think about yourself? And really get icked out by it. Really laugh at it and be like, God, how could I hate myself this much? How could I really think this badly of myself? Get icked out by your insecurities, because again, that's going to help you with your self-love. That's going to help you form a way more positive perception of yourself. A lot of self-love is rooted in self-perception. It's about how you perceive yourself, and it's about how you let other people treat you based off of how you perceive yourself. If you are being bullied, if people are saying negative things to you, whether it be a friend, first of all, if it's your friend, goodbye, get rid of them, find a better friend. I don't want to hear from you. It's not as easy as that. It is as easy as that. You know deep down you don't deserve to be treated that way. You don't deserve to be spoken to in that way. And I often as well think sometimes about my parents, and I think about God too. I think to myself, can you imagine, right? Your mum grew you for 9 months in her womb, gave birth to you, she grew you, she looked after you, she kept you alive for 9 months. And if you believe in God, or you believe in a higher power, and you think God made you, God created you, someone saying something negative about your parents is an insult to not only you but also your mum. Also your whole ancestral line, your whole bloodline, and to God, if you believe in God, and to God. Why would you stand for that? It's like someone calling your mum ugly. It's like, you are a beautiful human being. Why let anyone insult that? Why let anyone come for that? And I think that kind of brings us to the end of the video. I really hope you guys found this useful and helpful, especially if you are being targeted or people are saying mean things to you. Just remember, it's never about you, it's always about them. It's always about their own crippling insecurity that makes them come for you. And just remember to always stay unbothered. Heal yourself, love yourself, find the self-belief, find your self-love, date yourself, look after yourself, nourish yourself, work on yourself, love every single part of you, and people aren't even gonna try it. It just won't work because you're too high up for them. You're too high up for them to even reach. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. I'll leave the links to the podcast and my other social platforms in the description box below, where you can find more access to more self-development materials and more self-development things to watch and listen to and all that. If you want to hear me yap even more, be sure to check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.